Hello everyone and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. My name is Bardum Music. I am a big, tall... What's my race? Elizin. What am I doing today? I'm going to do main story quest. I need to get that going. Now we are in Dawntrail. Current quest is the Warmth of Family. Of course, we can't fly yet. That's fine. I could go do that first. Go get the flying out of the way. I have all the Aether Currents. This is Aktural Shaloni. Yeah, I just need 3 quests done and I can fly here. I'm going to go do that first. I think I actually have them already registered. I just need to do them. Let's go. Been a while since I streamed Final Fantasy. We're gonna have some fun. Love the music here. So we're heading out for Ronique Seeker. Search for the lost Ronique Calf. Somewhere in this area, there it is. The lost Ronique Calf eyes you expectantly. Hostile presence. Let's go take care of these. Get out there, Ronique. You return to the calf. What a relief to see the Hetsu unharmed. The Hetso. You'd be surprised how often Ronique calves go astray. In most cases, they fall prey to some fiend, but such is the way of nature. Though if you manage to get there before the fiends and raise a calf from a young age, they make for excellent beasts of burden. I'm not suggesting I'd go as far as to kill a calf's parents to single one out, yet I do make a point of trying to rescue any stragglers I happen across. The way I see it, that's as much a part of nature as any other fate or Ronique could meet. Thank you, Traveler, for bringing this one back safe and sound. I shall do my utmost to care for it. And that gets me the Aether Current. Say, aren't you the one who was stirring up a fuss in town not too long ago? I could use a capable hand like yours, if you'd be willing to lend it. The name's Tonzo. Or Twanzohe. I'm not from around here, truth be told. I live in... Yeah, I can't pronounce anything in this region. But I'm here visiting my grandson. I was excited to see him after so long, but then I spied him dealing with some unsavory-looking man, exchanging unusually large sums of money. I confronted him about what I saw, but he'll say little more than, it's just a misunderstanding, then grumbles as he changes the subject. I realize this is sudden, but could you see if there's anything to be done to help him? He's in trouble. I just know it. Oh, a weight's been lifted off my heart. Bless you, miss. His name's Zidakwa. Last I saw him, he was heading inside this here saloon. The Tonawata, with a red cap pulled down over his face to cover those bruises, most like. You can't miss him. I didn't even know you could actually go in here. That's fun. A new face in town, eh? Well, what can I do for you? Or what can I do you for? Thinks I'm in trouble, does he? There he goes, jumping to conclusions as usual. I thought it'd be less of a hassle if I didn't tell him. Truth is, I've been helping other folk in town with their money troubles. Matter of fact, the man you saw leaving just a moment ago is one of my clients. I should probably explain from the beginning. My work involves loaning gil to folks having trouble with coin for one reason or another. There's a reason I don't lend them pale, but I'll get to that in a moment. My family's lived here long before there was ever a town here, but then people moved in and they started expanding. Before long, Kamaka's family approached us about selling our land. It was around this time when trade overseas was gaining in popularity. I had it on good authority that gil was on its way to becoming common currency here in the wilds, so I decided to sell the land for gil and use those funds to start my business. Sure enough, everything went as expected and the business is starting to do well. It's not without its troubles, seeing as money is involved, but I never lend to unsavory types. Let's see. Why not simply explain all this to your grandfather? The whole point of me keeping quiet was so I wouldn't make him worry. Seems my silence only made things worse. He found himself in a real tight corner once. Gil's what got him there, and now he wants nothing to do with the stuff. When I told him about my idea to sell the land, the moment Gil came out of my mouth, his whole mood turned sour. He said he'd put everything in my name, and whatever happens after that is on me. It's not exactly easy to bring up my work when it involves the one thing he seems to hate more than anything, but maybe it's time I changed that. This job does more than just put food on the table. I'm able to help people, help this town, but how do I get him to see that? I've got it. You're going to come and watch me work. Grandpa won't hear anything I have to say if it involves gil, but he might come around to a first-hand account from you. So come and see what good my work does for... let's see. Usatawi, and how I can help the people here. He did send you here to help me, didn't he? I promised to make it worth your while. Right then, before we get started, I should probably know who it is I'm working with. Oh, you know, just the Warrior of Light. Bardam, eh? Well, Bardam, our first job is to go and see a miner named Wakwaze. He had a pretty bad accident on the job a while back. Had no money for treatment, or much of anything really, so I loaned him the gil he needed to keep on his feet. But now it's well past time he returns what he owes, and he hasn't said a word. There's been time enough for him to not only return back to work, but also receive his wages. Several times, in fact. He usually comes here into town when he's not working, and his shift ends soon. Meet me just outside of town. If we're lucky, we'll catch him just as he arrives. Guy a loan shark? Am I gonna beat people up? Beat up debtors? You're here for the money? I was gonna pay honest. I just mixed up the dates is all. Can't we sell this later? I'm busy. I know you're lying, Wakwaze, and you're not going anywhere until you can look me in the eye and tell me why you're late paying me back. He's obviously hiding something, but I'm not looking to start trouble. I don't suppose there's anything you can do to persuade him. Maybe a little flex to show him we're serious? You gads, look at those arms, and those perfectly toned neck muscles. Fine, just put all that away. It's all here, and with interest. If you had the money, why go through all the trouble of avoiding me? When I was still on the mend, my lady friend took really good care of me, see? I wanted to buy her something fancy to thank her, and, well... I understand, really I do, but if you really want to make her happy, you need to get your life together. I'm willing to give you a loan one last time, but we're going to have a long talk about how to manage your savings first. You're right. What good am I to her if I'm out on the street without a guild or even a pell to my name? I'll give it some thought, and we can talk later. I can't blame him for wanting to show his appreciation to a loved one, but it's no excuse to get carried away with his spending. So what do you think of my job? The money I loaned him paid for his treatment and supported him through his recovery. That has to count for something, right? Seemed more like a happy accident. Well, there's always our next client. When you're ready, we can be on our way. And ready I shall never be, because you have given me the Aether Current. And then there's one more out here. Welcome, traveler. I wonder if while you're out exploring, you might be able to do me a small favor? There's a cave network nearby where my daughter has gone to offer her prayers, but she's forgotten the all-important fish oil candle. I would take it to her myself if it weren't for this terrible pain to my foot. Oh, it hurts something fierce, it does. Do you think you'd give her this candle for me? Sure. You came all the way to deliver this. I'm awful grateful to you, and to my ma for realizing I'd forgotten to bring a candle. You see, these caverns are sacred ground where we come to pray to our ancestors and the more recently deceased. These flames provide the living a way to commune with the dead. And thanks to you, I can light a candle of my own and say a little prayer. Since you're here, maybe you could stand before the flames and offer a few words to your departed loved ones. It don't matter where you're from, all spirits are welcome here, living or dead. Welcome back. I'm guessing you were able to find my daughter, no doubt in her usual spot. She never was one to do things the easy way. You know, as much of a stickler for traditions as she is, she actually works for the railroad company. Still, I gotta hand it to her. She manages to work towards a promising future without losing sight of her roots. I sure am proud of her. Don't tell her I said that, will you? Wouldn't want her getting a big head or nothing. Well, I'd say me and that daughter of mine have taken up enough of your time. It was awful nice meeting you. Thanks a million for helping us out. And with that, we can now fly. Heck yeah. Alright, what does everyone have to say? This train will be ready in no time. I always carry a spare pair of spectacles or two, as it can be difficult to find replacements outside of the city. You wouldn't believe how many I went through during the Rite of Succession. A variety of artisans from across Turiel have come to assist with the railroad, so I foresee no difficulty in creating the whistle that Kawana proposed. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So the Ronique were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Val Kawana's not too bad himself, what with his whistle idea. Sit tight, we'll have this train on the tracks before you know it. Sit tight? Yes.
We're ready to go. She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right, if we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroad running again. But now that the test drive was a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. First Shaoloni, and then the continent. Watch out, Zaktural, here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamati? It won't be as I once envisioned, but perhaps someday we can take that train journey to Yasulani together. Not whenever one to stand still, Wook Lamat is ready to race back to Alexandria. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do we have her working on? Oh, turn off. Auto advance, because it's not voiced. Galulja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kasua we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kasua? What? No. It is merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion will not take no for an answer, and I thought it as good a souvenir as any. Whatever you say, for what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time, see if there is aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. Good timing. Looks like we arrived at good time. Aluja, hello. Aaronville is wearing his Kasuya. I cannot remember how to say that. That makes me happy. Shale, glad you're back. We won't want to keep Galuja here waiting any longer than necessary. So Zaralja was conducting secret research in Uayawada. I have some memories of the place from my childhood. And Kryl, you must be exhausted. Shall I nip out for an energy tonic? Yap. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus is the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to share her findings with us imminently. Hey, Y'shtola. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Why Y'shtola? What brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate in the Skydeep cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at that place myself. I can join you once we've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny. The key we received from the memory place, portal thing, dimension, way back near the end of the base expansion.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. but it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest. So, to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishul Jah herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
My name is Taishul Jah, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I was a chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuliolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today. It should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are
blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kaniloka's shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Golocha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and Mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Poor Galuja. It's better to know. A profound response for one so young. Though I wish he didn't have to be, Galuja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Galuja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I'm ready to head to living memory when you are. I am planning to be thorough, so we will need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. Geode. What do you have to say? The twins have yet to return. I hope everything's alright. With the railroad ready, I'd like to get some idea of how many returnees we can expect before heading back to Tuliolal. Is Shale going to be alright out there? The whole time she was working on the data, I never saw her take a break. I'll stick around for a while. Let me know if you need me. One wouldn't know it to look at them, but Shale and Y'shtola are birds of a feather, an incorrigibly restless feather. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading the word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back, yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? When we spoke before, you said many from Tuliolal were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through the vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at Laynode 9. There may still be people gathering in Praxis Park. Let's try there first.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
Huh? What? Pardon?
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do!
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
begging your pardon, vow of resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty? What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria.
No?
Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live, not for us, nor our children. I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution. All of us shall be made endless.
Huh?
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us?
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
That's not foreboding at all. There's not to report yet, but we have all eyes and ears out in the Everkeep and Heritage found. Sphene was erased. If she's back, then are the Endless? Seriously, what was that? Queen Sphene has returned? How? Without the Meso-Terminal, how does she propose to create new Endless? We must contact Yashola as soon as possible. Hey, the twins. We've heard about the Queen of Reason's proclamation. The rumors spread through the district like wildfire. You saw Sphene with your own eyes then? You saw Sphene with your own eyes then? So it wasn't someone else. Yeah, it was definitely weird. We only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about Neo-Regulators was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Meso-Terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, 'tis no surprise that they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. 'Tis as if their memories have been erased. I mean, very much doable, we know they can do that. Question is, who is doing it? Given that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the Regulators. But by whose design? Someone smart enough to play up being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. While I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up and lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Meanwhile, in living memory.
Where am I? My people, are they safe? Why am I?
So that was Yashola and Shale over there helping whoever's POV that was. Was that a different Queen Sphene? But actually real? Put back into just a normal body somehow? Shale said she left this machine running to process more of the data from the field station. Is it done yet? I don't know, Galuja, but we'll have to see in the next episode. Surprisingly, this episode is already 50 minutes, and I've got a lot more story to go through from my playthrough, So stick around for the next episode. We're going to keep on trucking through this. If you've liked this episode, it's been a lot of talking, a lot of narration. I like doing that sort of thing. Leave a comment down below if you liked it, or give a like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. And for now, so long and farewell.